Evening, Mikel. We spoke before the game about Nicolas Pepe, and you wanted to see a reaction from him. That was a great performance. What are your thoughts on how he played and how he reacted to what happened at Leeds?
Yes, I'm really pleased. Obviously, after the disappointment, I think something negative, you want to see a reaction and stand out really quickly. And I could see from the first minute his body language that he was ready to act. And I think he had a great performance. He scored a goal. He could have scored another one or two, created some great moments in the game and worked really hard for the team. So I really liked it. I'm so pleased with that.
Just while I've got the chance to answer your question, next time you play in the Europa League, you'll have fans at the Emirates Stadium. What are your thoughts on that news?
I'm really happy. The club is working really hard with the final details. After the announcement that we had, let's try to make it possible and safe. But we are delighted, players are delighted, and slowly make sure that works and we can increase the match.
Actually, just one quick one. This more attacking formation, is that true to say tonight? Is that something you're going to use in the Premier League as well?
Depending on the players that we have available and a few things that we have to make sure that we can control better than what we did tonight. There were a lot of positive. We looked at threats all the time, but there were some issues there to be resolved. It's going to take time. It's true that you change the team a lot. We play with a lot of young players, but as well I was really pleased with the performance and the personality that they showed on the pitch.
Cheers, thanks.
Thanks, Nick. Just to note, we'll do a 5:30 Friday for UKs in a minute. So I'll move to Charles Watts from Goal, please. Thanks.
Hi, Mikel. Just another one on Nico. I mean, it was sort of performance that showed exactly what he can bring to the team when he's on it, wasn't it, tonight? I think it was 6 shots, more passes than anyone else. Just all round, it was a top performance from him, showing exactly what he can do.
Yes, and we all know where his level is, and all the time the question is how often he can get to that level and how he contributes to other aspects of the game. And today is the example. That should be the level that he needs to hit, and from there he needs to keep improving, and because he's capable of doing it, and you can see that every time he gets in those positions in the final third, he's a real threat and a really difficult player to control, because he can come on his feet, he can go inside, outside, he can shoot, he can create crosses, he can go in behind you as well, and yeah, that's what we expect from him.
Special moment for Balogun, obviously. I think it was 37 seconds after he came on. You can't really write the script better than that, can you?
No, well deserved for the boy. He's working really hard. He had some difficult months as well with all the speculation around him. He's handled the situation in a really mature way. He wants to stay. We want him to stay. We gave him the opportunity, and he took it straight away.
Can I just ask about David Luiz? What's that injury like? What's the early assessment of it?
No, well, I hope that he's fine. Obviously, this surface brings some different challenges to some players that had issues in their bodies, and it's quite aggressive to play in this surface. Where we wanted to take zero risk tonight on that.
What was it?
That we didn't want to take any risks.
No, the injury. What was it?
Yeah. No, it's okay. I think he should be fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Charles. We'll move on to Mark Mann-Bryant from PA, please.
Hi, Mikel. Reece Nelson scored a goal today. He got in the box quite well and finished well. He's shone in this competition so far this season. And although you mentioned how well Nicola played today, obviously he doesn't play on Sunday. There's fitness concerns about Willian. Can Reece now come in, do you think, and fill the boots of those big names?
Yes, he's made some big steps in the last month or so. He's showing what he can do. Again, he's another player that he wants to take you on all the time. He's very vertical. He's a great player, runs in behind. And it's very unpredictable. And I really like this type of players to play in winger positions. Defensively, there are things that he needs to do better, and he will improve of that. But he's a much more mature player. He showed a great attitude, in my opinion, to say that he didn't want to leave on loan because he believes that he's got a chance to play for this football club, and he's showing that he wants to take that direction. he's performing in the right way.
What do you put those improvements down to? Have you spoken to him about what you specifically want him to do better?
Yeah, we're doing a lot of work with him, obviously, and he's so willing. He's asking for more all the time. He wants individual meetings. He wants to work on the pitch in certain aspect that we believe he can improve. He's training really, really well. Physically, he's developing as well. And he had a click, and we needed that click, and now it's up to him. But I must say that the last performances, they've been really good.
Thanks, Mikel.
Okay, thanks, Mark. We'll move on to Art DeRoche, please.
Hi, Mikel. Before tonight's game, you spoke a lot about bringing in young players being in the DNA of Arsenal. So with Emile Smith-Rowe and Flo Balogun, how impressed were you that they actually linked up for the goal together?
Yeah, I think it was a great combination I think it was Danny, Kieran, Emile and Flo. Emile is a player with an incredible talent as well that he just needs time. So he's got the ability and the quality to play for this club. Mentally is always a challenge because the demands are so high, the pressure is high to play here, and you need to hit those levels as well to become an Arsenal player. It's down to him as well. I really like him, and it's a player that if we are a little bit patient, we've got a great player there as well.
And now through to the knockout stages, Arsenal couldn't get there till the last match day last season, so they couldn't bring in those young players. Does today's result help you to maybe give them more chances in the next two group games?
Yeah, but they are having chances even from the first game. We decided to give them chances because you have to give them real opportunities. For me to play them in friendly games is not real a chance. You have to give them the right competition, and you have to surround them as well with senior players and big players around them. And then you can assess them whether they have the level, whether they have the personality to play at this club, how they react to good and bad moments. And this is what we are trying to do. And to play the next game, they have to earn it as everybody else in the squad because we want to finish first. But I think we are having a good use of our young players as well in the competition.
Okay, thanks, Art. We'll go to Paul Gilmore from Sky, please.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi, Paul.
You mentioned that you're delighted to have the fans back in. Of course, with the Emirates being such a big stadium, do you think you could get even more in there safely at the moment, or is it a case of doing it step by step?
Well, I don't know how many we can get. 2,000 in that big stadium doesn't sound a lot, but I think we have to go step by step. The club has put a lot of work and effort to prepare everything the best possible way, and hopefully next Thursday we can see some fans there enjoying, supporting the team and being safe in our stadium.
Okay, Paul, and we'll move to Jonas from Eurosport Norway.
Hi, Mikel. Scoring quite a few goals in the Europa League group stage now. Is there something you can bring into the Premier League and the offensive numbers that I saw concerning you in the Premier League?
Well, this is what we want. We've been more efficient in the competition. It can be down to some of the players that we utilize in certain positions. It can be as well because of the opposition. There are a few factors there, but I must say that if we want to be fighting with the big clubs, obviously our numbers offensively and the amount of goals that we score have to improve, because defensively, I think we had again 4 clean sheets in the last 6 games, which is pretty good, but offensive number has to improve.
Does that mean that you're okay? Sorry.